Hey guys, and welcome to another Will It Run video here on Trains with Shane. And as fate would have it, we have another Intermountain SD40-2 that I picked up off of Facebook Marketplace last week. About the same time I picked up the Norfolk Southern units that you guys have already seen if you've watched the earlier videos. I don't know what happened, guys. I was just looking and I found it and had to have it. You know how it goes. So this is used. It came from a guy's collection in Pennsylvania, I believe. He was going to focus more on Canadian Pacific and decided to thin out his herd of some of his other stuff that he wasn't focused on. Thankfully for him, I am focused on a couple of local roads down here in the Texas area. One of those being Kansas City Southern. Wait, wrong end. There it is. And this one should have ESU LokSound in it. So, for those of you who don't know, my great uncle and second cousin, I guess you'd call it, I don't know, whoever, he's my dad's cousin. And my great uncle both worked from and retired from Kansas City Southern Railroad. So it just makes sense for me to model that, also because they're still local here. There's a big intermodal yard not too far from here, about 8 or so miles. Not a great idea to try to rail fan around there because it's right behind the police station. So I haven't gotten brave enough yet. Anyway, let's see what we've got. This is used. And it is slightly weathered, which I also thought was neat. See if I can get this out without destroying it. Okay, let's get you zoomed in here. Weathering job, not too bad. Pretty basic. But, you know, I have found that when it comes to weathering, sometimes less is more. You see these units that look like they came from the bottom of the ocean and they're just falling apart with rust. All right, so what do we got? We've got individually applied grabs. Our number boards look good. We've got our firecracker antenna. I haven't researched road number 646, so I don't know if the details are prototypical. I don't really mind that much if they are. We've got, looks like we have a window popping out. Let's give it a pokey poke with the pokey and see. Yep, we might have to secure that. Our shades are blacked out here, or are they? Are they just very tinted? They're just tinted. Light weathering on the grills and surfaces here. Let's pop our foam out here, just to get a look at this side. Our gray ghost scheme with the standard giant red KCS letters from, I don't remember when that was. I know they were around like this in the 80s and 90s. We've got walkway with treads, getting more grabs applied. And I believe separately applied fan grills. Our 3-chime horn. Looks like a little bit of a split between the cover for the dynamic brakes and the rear of the the shell here. I can fix that if it gets to me. Separately applied grill detail, or is that molded in? I can't tell, guys. Got our rear pilot here. Magnetic coupler, free movement. MU hoses applied separately. Decent but not outstanding truck detail. Let's see. We have our sunshades already installed. Our mirrors folded back like they are often. Our MU hose up front. Or I say hose, it's our receptacle. Is there only supposed to be one? A lot of locomotives I've seen have two. MKT, for instance, didn't use these boxes for ditch lights. They used them for MU receptacles. So it looks like what we've got here. Looks like we've got maybe ditch lights down here. Our coupler cut, lever, again, as similar with the Norfolk Southern units. Part of it is molded in and part of it is a separately applied piece here on the ends. Front pilot looks pretty good. A little bit of weathering on our plow, a little rust, a little dirt, a little grime, just to make her look like she's worked and been lived in a little bit. I like the subtle rust weathering on the roof and the top of the short hood here. That's pretty neat. Our sand, is that a sand filler cap? What it does is it has funkies on it. Yep, sand filler hatch, I think. I don't know, maybe something else. Sorry, is that a fire extinguisher? I don't even know what that is. Swing around to the other side. More of the same good detailing here on the fuel tank. We've got our emergency stop button up there, fuel filler cap, and our level indicator here. Kansas City Southern Lines logo. Yeah, now you can tell that it's just tinted and not blacked out. Separately applied wipers on the windshields and on the back glass. Something I'm looking for and I do not see. What's... And I may have been looking at it earlier and not known any better, because I'm not sure about Kansas City Southern SD40-2 specifics, but oh, there's our sight glass window. Where's the parking brake supposed to be on this thing? Is that what that is right there? This guy here. Is that the parking brake? I'm used to seeing wheels, but I don't see one on either side of this unit, so I'm guessing that's probably what that is. Anyway, enough gabbing about this unit. Again, I think it looks great. Actually, let's flip it over real fast. Our wheels look pretty clean. You can see that there's oil in there, but it's not spilling out all over the place. Okay, so what do you guys say? We get this beautiful yet well-loved looking girl over onto the switching layout. Find out what it does and what it does not do. I will see you over there. Okay guys, we're over here on the switching layout. We are using my DCC++ EX setup again with SRCP. Is that what it's called? SRCP? Yeah, SRCP client. I don't know why I can't remember the name of that, guys. It's the only app I use. Let's turn on track power. We've got number boards and forward-facing headlight. Let's see, any other lights? No, not currently. All right, so let's see. Let's start out with trying number 3. I am getting a response out of the number boards and headlight, so I think number 3 is us. Yep, there's our bell. So it sounds like our horn's working, so, or not horn, our sound is working. That horn sounds really good. I mean, really good. I'm gonna have to find out which one that is, because you guys know how many of them there are out there, and that particular horn right there is a very, very familiar sounding horn from my childhood. For those of you who don't know, I used to live right down the street from a MKT line near Carrollton, Texas, actually in downtown Carrollton, Texas. And as a kid in the 80s, I would often hear them rolling through there at night. You'd hear the low frequency rumble of these big EMD prime movers, and then off in the distance you would hear when they would get down to the corner and hit the what do you call it, the crossing at Beltline. So yeah, that, sorry guys, that took me back there a little bit. Let's see what we've got on F3. Definitely a coupler. F4, nothing. That might be dynamic brake and it may require us to be moving. F5. Get nothing. F6. Nothing. F7. Well, let's hit F8. That should turn on the prime mover. I heard the prime. And there's our 645 E3 prime mover. Sounds great. Let's see if she'll move out. Let's see if we get any of those other earlier sounds. Sounded like a brake release. Let's just give her some movement here. A little bit of a stutter there. I have had units stutter right there on the track before, so we may need to clean it. We may need to clean our contact strips on the bottom. Let's go backwards. Ooh, that momentum. Alright, well there's that. Well, the track's not too dirty. You see where I ran my fingers, but there are a couple of kind of sketchy joints over there, and I'm afraid they won't show up on the camera. So let's turn our power off here. Not our power, our prime mover. Well, she spins down like they normally would, and you can hear the air spitter valves. That's cool. So, will it run? Thankfully, yes it will, because while I didn't pay full retail for this unit, it was up there. It was pricey. Yeah. Like I said, I had to have it. I had a weak moment, but I think it was worth it. So, thankfully it runs. I want to thank you guys also for joining me on a Will It Run episode here on Trains with Shane. Our Kansas City Southern unit, the family connection. And I will catch you guys on the next one. Stay safe.